Shave my balls, are you listening? Cocoa butter, how they glisten. Just got a new bra, look just like my ma, walking around in women's underwear. Oh, hey. Oh, look, a broadcast. Kind of got distracted, started singing to myself. Ding, there's a bell, dong, there's a bell. Anyways, I work at Burger King making flavored whoppers. I wear paper hats. Would you like an apple pie with that? Ding, there's a bell. Dong, there's a bell. Ding, fries are done. Ding, fries are done. So, I just had a funny little moment. Obviously, I have a lot of funny little moments. Howdy, J Rock, Miss Q, whoever is fucking flashing before me. Like, I can't read that fast. Let's see, where is it? Oh no, that's no longer in shareable format. But I guess I could draw something similar. Okay. Just to show what I was talking about. And forgive me, this is horrible. Okay. So, multi-story floor plan, right? Okay, with a little tower in the middle. And there's like a kind of a repeat of this that was 4, 2, and this is 3, and that's 4, and that's 5. Okay. And then this reminded me of something in South America. And I was thinking of a situation where, like, what if, like, the shaman died after planning this great multi-story thing, and, like, the people after him or his sons, or, like, the king died and he had this made, or he designed it himself, because, you know, kings used to be pretty talented people way back in the day. And he had made this multi-story floor plan, trying to design this great big thing. And they didn't understand that it was different stories. And then now you have the big Aztec alien landing platforms. Because they just build a bunch of flat ones instead. Like, wait a minute, is that Teotihuacan? Those different big flat ones that are... That's not alien landing pads. That's just blueprints read by a drunk fucker. Oh, this is gonna be great. We can, like, sit out there and have beer. And that's all he was worried about. Hey. The dead chief wanted it done. So we're all gonna have to remember him when we drink our beer. And now we think it's fucking alien spaceship landing plaids. Yes. Alien Scotsman landing in the middle of the South American jungle. Alien landing plaids. You know. You gotta, wear bright colors so you can see each other when you're drunk at night. Where'd Seamus go? I think I see red and yellow flashing in the woods. Oh, there's his penis. That's him. Okay. Anyways. But it just got me thinking about how much of the bullshit going on today has taught us about the past. And it continues on with Fox News viewers right now. There's hope for those people, man. Because they're starting to say, well, wait a minute. We've been giving him the benefit of the doubt a little too fucking long here. He did what with who with how many cookies on the back of what bus with a spatula and a pair of rubber gloves? Huh? Okay. What, you think I'm perverted? I'm not the one who fucking had hookers pissing on him. Never mind. Spank me with my magazine, Stormy. Now, if anybody had the same ridiculous, sick thought that I just did, the answer is no, but props. Points, props. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. What would be the equivalent of me getting spanked with the... No, I'm not going to say it. I think it's pretty safe to say that I've never been spanked in a sexual manner. And old men who like that kind of thing, I can only wonder about them. Like, what is it about your childhood that you miss? That you want some woman who is, I mean, he's not going too young, probably about his mom's age. Oh, maybe it wasn't his mom. Maybe it was the babysitter. I don't know. But, Freudian psychology has to have some cases where it's actually correct. Freudian fucking psychology is, it's something else. Like, really? Really? So secretly, just no. Like, the very idea that all daughters want to fuck their daddies and all boys want to fuck their mothers. And they get penis envy. Oh, girls have penis envy. Because they can't have sex with their fathers. And boys have vagina envy. Or repression. Oh yeah, can't be. It's gotta have a different context when it's men suppressing themselves. Right. So just remember, girls, every time you yelled at your dad he wouldn't let you go somewhere, it's because you wanted to fuck him, not half the football team. I think Freud was a moron. I don't know about y'all. That's disgusting. Like, and let me just say, I was thinking earlier, as I was carefully stepping through the hallway in my house, what the fuck is wrong with men who like younger girls anyways? Like, the reason why men might be attracted to younger, little innocent things, just don't know. They've never lived around one. They've never raised one. They don't know how disgusting girls are. I'm sorry. They're fucking disgusting. Ugh. Just leaving just things that shouldn't be left anywhere, right in the middle of everything. Oh. Just things coming out of places that you don't want to understand, but they make you because it's just, you got to tell them to clean it up because they'll never fucking clean it up on their own. And her mama ain't going back there to fucking tell him. She needs rest, so she doesn't kill us all. Boys are disgusting from like outside. Like a boy will bring snakes and frogs and shit in the house. But if a boy shits his pants, he hides it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? See, I think maybe it's from like holding in farts all day at school or something. Just all comes out at once when they get home, and then I gotta smell it, and then it just gets left in the hallway later. Oh man. Anyways, ooh, dirty. They don't smell nice. They don't. Uh, like boys will get in like a sports team and then actually get a bathing regimen. If a boy doesn't get into sports, he probably ain't gonna bathe much. But girls, unless they get into fucking cheerleading or something, man, they gonna be fucking just as lazy about bathing and all that other shit, man. God, telling my kids to fucking brush their teeth. Oh my, you wouldn't believe how hard it is to get a fucking kid to brush their damn teeth. Anyways, so now that y'all had to share my visual scar with me, well, my ongoing visual scarring with me. Yeah, welcome to my world. Until Laney, it was just me and Dingo, the only two boys in the house. Just sitting here trying not to get yelled at. Oh, anyways. But like, back to this whole thing, man. Isn't that a great thought? That maybe some witch doctor, some wise man was down there and he died or he went away. Or his son killed him or something like that, right? And then the people that came after him, the people that killed him, his son, whatever, said, I will build his temple. Follow me, blah, blah, blah. And then he put everybody to work. And then it came out looking just like that instead of being stacked on top. And now we're like, this could exist for no other reason than for alien spacecraft to land on. Nope. Chief engineer got drunk and forgot it was a multi-story. And it's little things like that that we're realizing right now with Donald Trump. Wait, hold up. Trump Tower in Moscow? Still? While after, after he was still trying to get that Trump Tower. Wait, hold up. In the emoluments thing with that old post office, the hotel in D.C., right? He bought that before he took office. Maybe the whole idea that he didn't think he was going to win is just a bullshit cover story. Just try to not be a moron for a second. Just say. Just pretend. Okay? Let's all do this together. I'll do it with you. Okay? If you were to steal an election, would you be like, I knew I was going to win? Or would you be like, gee, I thought I was gonna lose. I could have sworn we just didn't have a chance. What a miracle. Gasp. Yet I see grown human beings with jobs and everything. Most of them with college degrees, repeating this nonsense that is like, you know, let's bring it back to teenage girls. Like telling teenage girls if you leave bubble gum underneath your desk, it'll make your tits grow bigger. Like what the fuck kind of nonsense are you trying to... We didn't know we were gonna win. And people, Democrats, people investigating. Well, because after all, they didn't know they were gonna win, so this doesn't make sense. And no, it actually does make perfect sense because they knew they were gonna fucking win. But people are starting to see. As everybody goes through these things, not meaning to have this big recap that's catching Republicans and Fox News viewers and even Fox News broadcasters, the hosts and pundits, even their interest, okay? They're trying to figure out what this unknown investigation is. There's a complete fucking 3-part list. We know one of them, we kind of know one of them, and then there's one in the 3-part list. It's comma, and blank. And every different little show is going through every different little theory about trying to figure out what this blank is. And, well, you had the Mike Flynn thing. And then he turns around and says some bullshit about the FBI. And then they come back and say, wait a minute, you knew damn good and well. And then this big series of, you know, Cohen, Maria Butinov, Google guy, Alex Jones there for no fucking reason. Trump and the World Trade Organization suddenly just colliding after this big meeting that the World Trade Organization had, but, you know, I didn't see any announcements about it, but, you know, not like I was looking. But normally it's like the morning of, they'll have like a little story on the different news things. They're going to have a World Trade Organization meeting today. The first thing I heard of it, like, they're having a World Trade Organization meeting today. I'm like, what? Okay. Not like tomorrow, not like today, not like, you know, later today. Today is the day of. No, like, there's one in progress, by the way. Maybe I misperceived it. Maybe I didn't notice. I thought I would have fucking noticed. I've been scrolling. Get a pretty consistent feed about random innocuous seeming shit like that. Between BBC, Euronews, CGTN even, you know. Yeah. College is about knowing what's been expected of people in the past. And it's only those places that become institutions that actually wind up developing the path forward for the future. You know, like MIT and shit like that. But most college, mm. And what's happened is for a long time, free thought has been confused with adherence to propaganda. But anyways, let me mute for a minute and put you at my fish tanks.
Slack.
All right. So, I'll let the cough syrup thing go. Oh, and the other one's over there still. All right. Forward. Uh, I just vacuumed what stuck to my foot. Okay. You know, the NyQuil bottles are great for this because, like, the angle of them helps you see around it, so I can still see the screen while it's holding up the thing.
Yes, I shall be staying for this. I'm kind of tired, so you might not hear me too much.
Today's broadcast is brought to you by Sean, because it's my phone. Am I done geeking out on this thing? No, I'm not done geeking out on this thing.
Hey, everyone.
I'm not ready yet. I'm over it. Just put it aside. I'll pick the meat off of it later. For stuff to talk about.
I'm trying to relax. But I will do. I'll pull up the stream on my phone so I can at least have the comments going.
If you want to.
Because I can't.
All right. Apparently, I underestimated how long they were going to be at the store or how busy shit was going to be when they got back. Everything was nice and calm earlier.
Sorry.
So, anyways, if you can see, yes, that is one of those new designer Payless shoes boxes. One of my wife's birthday presents.
The only reason I left the house was it was a 50% off sale.
She gets an enhanced birthday because our anniversary is like right afterwards.
2 days afterwards. Nice short time.
She gets like a 3-day birthday, basically.
It's my birthday month.
Hey, where are those boots at? You want to show them?
I wore them today, and I need to clean them because
they're
yucky,
nice
crappy,
and muddy looking. Cool.
Well, not that bad, but
Now I really want to show them off.
they're in the bedroom, I think. No, those are my brown ones. My other ones are no, they're in the bedroom. He's serious about showing y'all these shoes. They are cute, though, and very comfortable. Thank you, Lacey. I'm 29 again. Or 29 plus shipping and handling. Buy my shoes. Look by the door.
Nice and soft for that. That's it.
And they're very comfortable. Like, they don't hurt your feet at all. I wear them all day at work, and they're nice and lined, so they're warm. That is awesome, Miss Q.
It's all trying to like look like they're hot shit, and it's freaking Payless.
Miss Q said 6 years ago she had her 6 years ago she had her second 21st birthday.
Yeah, we don't ever give accurate age information on this channel, except for the actual day of my birth, because that's relevant. Oh, look how there's more people suddenly. Pay no attention to what's behind door number 2 or curtain. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. But anyways, yeah. We were both born sometime between, say, 75 and 87. But that much should be pretty obvious. Because look at me. I'm just old enough to be starting to get pissed about it. You know, come on. Oh.
An age game show. Ding, 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 ding.
No, I'm almost 40. She's mid 30s.
Ew. When the hell did that happen?
Right?
No, the 90s were 10 years ago.
I don't think I've ever said it like that.
No,
It just
you
dawned on her
haven't.
because I said that. But anyways, as the Russians already know, my birthday is January 7th.
Yay!
But it's funny, they have to like believe in me a little bit to hack that, you know, because that actually is my birthday. It's funny. Like, you have to acknowledge that I was born on the same day as Jesus by your standards that I didn't even know until my Serbian wife told me. I'm like,
Yeah,
hey, yeah, that's my birthday.
That's when I celebrated Christmas growing up.
Because we do December 25th.
And it's not supposed to be December 25th. By old calendar standards, it's January 7th. Just saying.
And I always wondered why some people would agree. I think he was born in early January. And they're like, yeah, how do you know?
The other half of
Like,
the
I
world.
don't know how I know. How do you know?
The other half of the world.
Because Americans are stupid.
I wouldn't go that far.
We like baby. Oh man. What the hell?
Whoa, it's actually showing up on the feed. Look.
Okay. Yeah, I fixed it.
What the hell was that bullshit?
That is basically the hacking has been the equivalent of a driver that, what you call it, Apple uses in their eye to render video with their little unified processor thing.
Yes, Sean, you are correct. It is an Orthodox church thing. I grew up Orthodox Christian. Which is essentially the same as Greek Orthodox or Russian Orthodox, but in English.
Yeah,
Mostly.
she claimed to be a good Christian girl. Little did I know she was a heathen.
We used to have this old priest that would come in, Father George. Oh, he was so funny. He was this old, tiny man. and
Excuse me.
he would always come up to us after church, all the youth, and it was me and another teenage girl, because it's obviously a small church because there's not a whole lot of Orthodox Christians around down here. But he would always ask us if we were gonna go be nuns, and we would just laugh him out of, like, you know.
So I'll let my wife give her description of what Orthodox means, and then I'll go ahead. And
This
open
is
my
this is an
fucking
ongoing debate forever, forever, ever, 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 ever. Okay, so the original church existed, right, after the time of Jesus, and then in 1055, if you've heard of the Great Schism, the two churches split, Orthodox and Catholicism.
Thus starting the 1,000-Year War.
1055, Mr. Conway. And actually, you'll find that a lot of the traditions that the Catholics have, the Orthodox Church has as well. It's like actually very minor differences in them, aside from, you know, the language to start. But like they do communion and confession and have church on Wednesdays and Saturdays and Sundays. Yeah, we kneel too.
And before that came basically the second rapture. All of the Southern Church was annihilated,
The Nicene Council, that's what I was
and
trying to
the
think.
feminine majority of Christendom was turned into Musism, Islam. Yeah. You can't say Muslimism, 'cause that just, you know, sounds like you're drunk.
Yeah, I'm with you, Miss Q. The up and down is bad on my knees. Hurts. Although it's been a long time since I've been to an Orthodox service, but I'm pretty sure we only do it once. It's not quite as often as the Catholics. There's like one time where we pull out the little thing and kneel. Still sucked on the knees though. I went back. I had stopped going for a very long time, and I went back home and visited one Sunday and realized how much I missed it.
So basically, the difference between Orthodoxy and Catholicism is Orthodoxy claims to be originalist or traditionalist, and Catholicism is supposed to literally be universal. So the approach is quite different. The Orthodoxy is more akin to being used for zealotry, whereas the Catholic system is more akin to being used for corruption.
Right, which is why they are the richest nonprofit organization in the entire world. Not to mention all the history they're hiding. Oh God, don't even get me started.
Everybody's hiding history, dear. The only reason why we know about the Catholic Church's history and why it's such a big issue is because they're a Western institution.
Well, the biggest disagreement between the two churches is which one was the original. They both claim that the other split off.
Neither is the original. That's my point. They're both hiding the same thing. They're hiding the true nature of the mother.
See, that's ridiculous. 26% of your earnings must go to the church. I don't even get 26% of my earnings. I'm just saying. And you get a bill? You get a bill for going to church. What the fuck sense does that make?
So here's a good way to learn from the present about history. What was the interpretation of the Da Vinci Code that we weren't allowed to talk about?
That Jesus had a wife?
What was answer D? You know, what did all of the above mean? Because that's what it's all about. That's what the apocalypse was about. That's what this 1,000-year war between the East and West has been about. The same way we can learn Donald Trump and fucking the conspiracy shiltards are all hiding something, okay, regarding Silverstein and Trump's connection to the Trade Center. They're all hiding something there. By omission. Okay, so what was Nat Geo and these, professed Satanists who are all up into the Da Vinci Code theory on the internet? They're all basically saying it proves that Jesus was just a man. Because, and then they say this incoherent thing. Because God would never fuck a woman, basically. And all I can say is, poor women. I mean, sorry. I'm not going to do any more Cord Wines Long jokes. Help me get back on topic here, dear.
I
I'm
forgot
getting
what the
goofy.
original topic was.
Oh, no, she's distracted too. Never mind.
I'm exhausted, sorry.
But, there's at least theological, literary precedent to the idea that what ancient man conceived of as being proto-human did in fact fuck not only females of its own kind, female goddesses, but also mortal women.
Dun, dun, dun. Womp, womp, womp. Sorry, that just seemed like
But
the
there's
appropriate
this
time for that.
obvious string of interpretiveness that one can easily extrapolate from this data, and not one mainstream documentary, theory, YouTube video even considers that argument that God could have been fully human and fully man, just as described. Fully man and fully God. Fully human, fully God. Fully human, fully God. Okay, at the same time. How does that possibly work? Well, that's because humans were created in God's image to begin with. And reality exists for God to be linear and have communion with his children.
Seriously. I got this now.
I want to screenshot it. But I was trying to screenshot it.
You did.
I barely got it. I was still working. Ain't nobody's perfect. It's kind of the whole point. I mean, have you ever laughed at something you've done that was stupid? Who were you to deprive God of that experience? You know, humans have encountered God as a drunkard, as a leopard, as a court jester, as a beggar. As a mercenary. thief. And to understand your own nature as a human being and your spiritual potential is to understand God's nature as a spiritual being by understanding his potential as a human. Those words are written. You have them already. You fail to comprehend them when you try to explain things. I was hungry. You gave me no food. I was a stranger and you gave me no bed. I was wounded. You did not dress my wounds. If you don't believe those things, then you're calling God a liar, aren't you? But anyways. Trust the nice lady with the black hair and the straight bangs. She's got the truth that the Catholics have been hiding. It certainly couldn't be anything more than that. So it's either not true or it's an end to faith. Those are your two choices. Thank you, CNN. Thank you, National Geographic. Thank you, Learning Channel and Discovery Channel and History Channel. Stick to the World War II documentaries, kids. That's as far back as you actually know anything. Because what that war was really fought over, we'll never know. Just like if you think that the time of Caesar and the time of Christ both being 2,000 years ago was coincidence. Boy, you must be very confident in your historical knowledge. And now today, we need to make sure we don't miss these opportunities to analyze. Wait, if we got bullshitted in 2016, how far back does the bullshit go? And even my dear friends in Russia would be foolish to think they were immune from it, to think they were not propagandized, to think they were not a brainwashed zombie army. Trump, Russia, Trump Trade Center, Trump Alex Jones, Trump Silverstein, Silverstein Kushner, Kuchner, Port Authority, Port Authority, Giuliani, Giuliani, Trump, Russia, Mueller, Mueller, communications would be too obvious. There must be somebody in the middle of it all. Because Putin knows how to cover his ass when it comes to his support for terrorists. Doesn't he? Felix Sater, Russian mafia, Al-Qaeda informant. Trump Tower. 2 new Trump Towers go up. Silverstein Trump Towers go down. $3 billion profiteered. That's worth it right there. But there's so many other motivations. Especially when you consider that that was kind of the time when somebody who, say, wasn't able to pay up on short loan terms needed to prove their loyalty.
Sorry.
I'll tell you what. I don't know if any of y'all have been in a gang. But there's a list of things that you can do to prove your loyalty. Especially when you owe the gang leader money. And you're still trying to get in the gang. I had to get my little crappy cartoon in view. It actually looks better from that angle. Because it looks so horrible. Excuse me, sorry about that.
The weather's been going back and forth a lot down here. I want to see the picture. Can't see the far right part of it with the glare.
It's Obama sitting on his hands on a racetrack. While Donna makes off with a bag full of ballots. Oh, little Donald. But I tell you what, man. Let's just call him SR. Y'all know who I'm talking about. The guy who disappeared in August 2016. Or late, what was it, July 24th? We found out. Let's call him SR. Because I don't want to say his name and have that flagged or whatever. And if it ain't him, I don't want to dishonor his name, you know? But I have to speculate about this because it's relevant. Okay. July 10th. If he was, and this is my feeling, okay, and, you know, I could easily confuse deduction for communication, so I'm not going to sit there and tell y'all that he's telling me that or anything like that. I don't know, because I'm biased, you know. But I feel like he would be embarrassed, because before he brought anybody's advice to the table with a name on it, he'd have done a background check on him. Now, at the time, if you'd have done a background check on little old me, you'd have found that I was on probation as a convicted felon. Because I got busted twice with pot in the same state, Louisiana. Yeah, get that shit. I didn't know that. I would have had more pot. Let me explain how that's funny to me. Sorry, that was just funny to me. I got ahead of myself there. I didn't get busted with enough weed to even smoke. I got busted with some weed that was left over from what a friend forgot about when I heard my mom was dying. Like that he came and smoked with me. He broke it up and rolled a joint sitting in the passenger seat, and I'm talking here, my little guitar pick bag. Empty that shit out. A piece of cellophane that big with a little bitty crumble in it. Because I was sleeping in my car outside of a bar that my friend owned. And that was during that time. That was that time period where I then went back to live with my mom, because I just found out she had cancer. And I went through what they call pre-trial diversion
What a joke.
in New Orleans while living 20 minutes north of Baton Rouge.
Which, for those of you who don't know, that's like a 2.5-hour drive.
3 days a week to New Orleans, 10 to 12. And my Integra, about an hour and 45 minutes. that was before the wreck. That was after I had lived in it for a while, but I didn't have any of the stuff in there, you know. But that was certainly why my tires were good and bald. Oh shit. I mean, those were some bald tires. Those were some ridiculously bald tires I was driving on. Petey! I'll wind up throwing cigarette packs at the damn fish tank. Smurfette, you don't seem to realize he's starting to find you delicious, child. Blue Devil Damsel versus Not So Baby Anymore Picasso Triggerfish. He's almost as big as her now. He's no longer taking as much shit from Orihime. He's still fucking terrified of Mai. Almost called her Bubbles. Bubbles is in the other tank. Bubbles just stays at the glass. Why aren't you feeding me? You used to feed me all the time. You used to feed me all the time. All the time you used to feed me. Why don't you feed me? Feed me now. Feed me again. Feed me more. I know, Bubbles. I'm sorry. My brood stock. For anybody who has never bred clownfish before, when you have brood stock, all you want to do is feed them. All they want to do is eat. And you feed them. And you feed them. And you feed them. And you get them as fat and fucking happy as you can. Because the fatter and happy you get them, the better the eggs turn out. Every single batch. And also, the more frequently they can produce eggs. Right now, I've cut down feeding so much, they don't even really spawn much anymore. Like, every time I go back there, I'm like, are y'all spawning? I don't really think they were spawning. Like, they were just back there hunting together, whatever, out of sight. Because if they both come up, they weren't spawning. If they're spawning, they don't give a fuck that I'm looking over there. They'll just be like, fuck off, we're busy. Anyways, back to the tanks. That's exactly what clownfish look like when they lay eggs. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I would have demonstrated the ovipositor, but I'd have to pull down my pants. And never mind. Never mind. I can't spit at it. I can't spit eggs out of that anyways. That would be horrific. Yeah, basically it's like a tube comes out of the female's anal area. What else do you call it? And it just instantly glues egg. It's like leaves the eggs behind on the rock. It's fucking amazing. And they are bright orange when they first get laid. And the more orange, basically, the more yolk there is, the better the yolk will be when they hatch. So then they're allowed to develop their jaw more, and they're able to get more to a better hunting stage and wean themselves from surviving off a yolk onto rotifer and plankton hunting. Because, you know, at first they suck at it, basically. They just swim around with their mouths open. And you have to have so much food in the water that basically they're blinded by it. Which is why I call them miracle fish. Because how many chances do you think some clownfish eggs laid on a reef by an anemone somewhere get to make it to a plankton-rich brackish zone having been infused with that saltwater zone at such a rate that the plankton is just overabundant, but the salinity doesn't change at all. Because guess what? 1/10 of one fucking degree of salinity or whatever.
Should even a temperature change.
1/10 of one temperature degree. Clownfish baby dead.
Dead baby clownfish.
Dead baby clownfish. That's all it takes. And if they have to go, like, say, an hour without being able to eat every time they swim 5 times their body length, basically, dead baby clownfish. You know, like, say, from 1 hour, they're hitting the plankton.
Lane, get out of the tree.
You know.
No, you don't sit in the tree. You are not present.
Basically, every second, just another plankton, 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 plankton.
Kitten.
Okay.
Sorry.
And then it slows down a little bit to where they're only eating plankton once every 2 seconds. If they don't find that rich spot back within the hour, even though they're eating a piece of plankton every 2 seconds, it's not happening every 1 second. Dead baby clownfish. And the ones who go through those times where they're starving just a little bit and then they eat, then they're able to eat, those become the little males, the less dominant ones. But the ones that find their way to those rich spots and get right up there in the current and just like boom, 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 boom. Rotifer, 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 rotifer. Radical, 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 radical. Pizza, pizza, pizza. Okay, wait. They're not Ninja Turtles, they're clownfish, right? Okay. Wrong babies, but equally as adorable. But those are the ones that become the big mama clownfish, man. Those are the ones that just stay dominant. By the time they're a year old, they are just fucking getting that big belly already, you know. You think they're pregnant, but it's like, no, they just fucking eat so much more than the rest of them. Diving out of the tank at your fingers when you're trying to put food in the water.
Mm-hmm. That's the cutest thing
It's
ever. They're like
fucking
puppies.
They're like hungry little birds, hungry little dogs, hungry little puppies. Their big eyes just poking at you. Feed me, feed me, feed me. I need to convince somebody to take that 29 gallon and put Petey in it. Look how big he's getting, man.
He was like half that size when we got him.
Right. Half the length and not even that, half the mass. Look at him. Oh my goodness. All right. Petey, don't do it. Petey. Good Petey. He listens. Good boy. If you ate the food I gave you, I'd give you some food. I suppose he's happy enough that I didn't dart toward the fish tank and scare the shit out of him. Hi, Emily.
Alright, everyone, I do hate to do this to y'all, but it's been kind of cold and it's a gumbo kind of weekend, and I am missing some ingredients.
Huh.
So I am about to run to the store. But I'm gonna need.
Text Joey, say I'm streaming.
Yeah.
He just text me. Laney face. How you doing, kid? Oh, you don't like being held while I'm smoking.
Now he has to like climb in your lap himself.
Alright.
It's gonna be of his choosing, you know.
Because he's a little alpha male, I'm telling you.
Get out of the tree!
If anybody has a female cat that they want to get knocked up with a really fine specimen, you got about 2 weeks. What was that?
I don't know. I'm tired. I'll be back, girls.
Take the other one with you if you want. So anyways, the fucking NyQuil bottle, because it's all angular. Holy shit. Just stay right there by the camera. It's right in the middle of the phone and it's still not visible. That's crazy. DayQuil, sorry. I don't know colors. Okay. Anyways. Wait, that tank looks particularly bitchin' right now, so look at that one there. If I can scoot her in a little closer.
I love you.
Love you too, baby.
Bye, channel friends.
You can't hear them.
No, I know I can't hear them.
What do you...
I'm trying to motivate myself because I gotta come back and cook. And like, that's hours.
Sorry.
It's okay. Because I make my gumbo from scratch. I make my roux right.
Normally I would just hop up and drive and get the crap, whatever, but it's like a special occasion just getting just getting an audience, you know. She's like, holy crap, a stream with viewers? She pulled her phone out, had the chat up on there.
Mommy needs cigarettes.
Fucking out of focus. There we go. Oh, she keeps one in the car. Thanks, though. Tell you what, the iPhone's got a bitchin' little camera. Oh, right. I get up 5 o'clock in the morning every morning. And I go out and wait on the fucking bus. And there is nothing worse than going out in a cold ass car waiting for it to warm up. With cigarettes and no lighter. Oh. Oh, and don't think I have a working fucking lighter in my 93 Honda Accord. Okay, come on, really? Really? It's all go, no show, man. All go, no show. I got the exhaust running so cool I couldn't fucking light a cigarette off the headers if I tried. You can touch them there, but I mean, they're colder than a hot coal. Colder than the shit those hippies walk on. Yuppies, excuse me. If they were actually hippies, they wouldn't waste the lighter fluid. Oh. Okay. Yuppie, Captain Yuppie O'Hare. Shaves where no ordinary hippie would dare. That's kind of catchy. Anyway. So yeah, I think y'all would agree this is the perfect time of day for viewing the 20 gallon. Even the freaking royal grandma looks awesome. And there's the 6 line. I don't know if y'all can see him. Hipsters are just like white boys who don't even understand sperm count, or like are so filled with white guilt that they do, and like they've got some sort of masochistic arrangement with their pants. I wish that I had a vagina. I don't know. Just like, what do they say to like tighten up when they fucking yank those fuckers up, man? Like, seriously. Because you know they got to be peeled off just like bitch pants. I'm sorry. Just like... Like, dude, nice pants. Did they run out of bongos at Banana Republic? Holy shit. They should bring back Bongo James. I mean, not, they're gonna zoom in on me. I don't want to be like snorting the camera. Yeah, all zoomed in on my nose and shit. See, like, now you got jeans that try to show off the ass and the waist, okay? And that's just too much, okay? And then it has caused inadvertently the muffin top epidemic. That's all, folks. Yeah, you don't want to picture Porky Pig in a pair of hip huggers. That's all I'm saying. but you know, little Porky Piglet. Jeans she finds. Next thing you know, people are posting photos of her on the internet. See, and hip huggers, they don't just accentuate muffin top, they fucking cause it. Like when you had girls with jeans that actually covered their waists, it's kind of like, I don't know, the way a tree grows. You put a rope around a tree, it's gonna stay skinny right there. You know what I'm saying? You got your fucking waistband hanging halfway around your ass, you're gonna wind up with a fucking muffin top. That's all I'm saying. Let the ass be where the ass is supposed to be. Keeping it classy all the way to Christmas. See, and them girls who get the hip huggers and shit way too young because they want to go out and look sexy. Fucking ain't even learn how to wipe yourself properly trying to fucking look sexy. What the fuck is wrong with you? They got the ass hanging out before they're full grown. Next thing you know, they get their heart broken. They go on an ice cream binge. All they got is hip huggers in their drawers. Chocolate cake and ice cream. They have rewritten their whole fucking waistline. Shouldn't have had half your ass hanging out. Should have went to the thrift store, got you some bongo jeans. Booty look great, but the fuckers come all the way up to your belly button, man. Say what, Lacey? I see Jinkos, man. Pipes. XLs. I went from being told I was gonna be a millionaire by the time I was 25 to never getting the one pair of fucking jeans that I wanted. Just one fucking pair of jeans I wanted. Never got them. They don't make them anymore, of course. But if I had them, I'd still be having them. I'd have patched them fuckers up. They'd be kicking still. I wouldn't even let them be all holy and shit. Nope. It'd be like my prized pair of jeans. Well, just in case you're curious, it's the back in the day they made a Levi's Silver Tab WL, not XL. And it was like a Jinko, but with Levi's style pockets. And I tried them on once at J.C. Penney's in the mall. Remember going to the fucking mall? Tried them on at J.C. Penney's at the mall. And all I can say is, like, where most people would say, my ass had never looked so good, my ass had never looked good before, period. But all of a sudden I was like, I could be not self-conscious walking away from a woman I was just trying to mac on in these jeans. As opposed to just thinking of all my sisters making fun of my flat Texan ass. Because my dad's got the flat Texan ass, and they made fun of his flat Texan ass, so they made fun of my flat Texan ass. Your flat Texan ass looks just like your dad's flat Texan ass. One pair of jeans that weren't basically hipster jeans that I could move my fucking legs in. They fell straight the fuck down. But they fit like I don't know, like movie star pants, you know, like fuck. Like they knew just how much room my balls were gonna take up. What the fuck? This is miraculous. Anyway. The bitching part was they were the last of those black acid wash. You remember the fucking black acid wash? It was blue jean, but it wasn't even blue. It was black. It was formal wear. But it was like back in the late 90s when they had like that smooth kind of bordered trimness to it, where it wasn't kind of like, you know, 80s style acid wash that was all splotchy and shit. It was just like outlined with black and kind of gray on the main parts of it. And still to this day, I just hope somebody's gonna surprise me having found that shit on eBay or something. Many have tried, all have failed. These aren't the jeans. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Even even a certain thing with udders that I lived with. Um, failed so badly, I was left thinking, how could you possibly think these were the same genes? Like the name was similar, but they were just not at all as I described. They were, in fact, hipster genes. Like the exact opposite. Bagel on the floor. Dingo, get it. Get it, Dingo. Get it. Get it. It's a treat. Come on, get it. Up. Never mind, I got it. Carpet cleaner. Tear it up, Dingo. Good boy. Cream cheese. Mmm. And now back to the tank. Ish. I miss my anemones being in front. But oh well. There's so much coral in front. It's probably for the best. They kept on walking over towards that Hollywood Stunner right there in the front left, as opposed to the one in the top right, or the fucking 5 of them in the sand. Keds, oh yes. Airwalks, man. And of course Converse All-Stars. I was all big on the Converse All-Stars. Going on with the camera. Come on, camera. You can do it, camera. Dingo's tearing that shit up. Good boy. Get it, Dingo. Well, that's all you got? Trina. You'll be able to pass, no problem. It's zoomed in on the tank. Moist rag, dish soap, rinsed out moist rag, and then dry rag. Okay. Let me get that styrofoam before Dingo thinks it's a fucking part of the meal. Oh, apparently he was already licking it. Okay. Dog slobber on my fingers. I don't know if I told y'all this, but we got matching Chuck Taylors for the wedding. Yes, my wife got married in a pair of high lace Chuck Taylors, and I have white Chuck Taylors that, let me just say, they're size 14W. Okay. I don't know if you realize what a pair of white Converse All-Star Chuck Taylors look like in size 14W. Dingo. But Dingo don't give a shit. Dingo, go on. How did I teach you? Come on. Get it up, grab it up. Moist rag first. Then dish soap. Okay, well, here, just use that to grab it up, and then go rinse it out. Then come back again and grab it up again. Here, what? Get the dish soap after you rinse that out. And now I have to rinse off my hand. Look at the shit that I taught you how many times? Because you're being a smart ass. I have to go downstream because you're being a smart ass. A bagel is like nothing else when it comes to cleaning. It's like fucking radioactive waste. It resembles no other matter I've ever cleaned before. I don't know what to do with bagel. Any fucking excuse she can possibly think of. Whatever comes to mind that means listening is not necessary, that's what she rolls with. Because teenage girl, that's why. Yeah, I should go ahead and just see if I had any of my fucking shoes nearby. I mean, there's my foot, for God's sake. I had to back it up a little. Get it on camera all the way. So here we go. It's clown shoe, basically. Like if you hired a clown at your wedding, this is what he would probably show up in right there. Only they would be, you know, way too big for him, and he'd have like some paper towels stuffed in there. And I was drunk dancing like a moron, showing off how I had spray painted. I didn't sleep the night before, and I drank the night before, and I was having all kinds of good ideas. Spray painted the bottom of each shoe. One purple, one blue. So that's white Chuck. And then the girls and I colored these in for her. Those are just bitching, right? Anyways. Later. Have a good night. Thanks for coming by. And chizatificating. Yeah. Let's just roll with that. I have a head, and it's in a box, and I prefer just like floating around. It's weird being even now after all this time. This is fucking weird. Like, the difference between how much I can just let my mind go when I'm just sitting here, you know, writing shit while still thinking about what if the fucking Aztecs were just like drunk, you know. Apparently Google has a problem with drunken Aztecs or something. Anyways. So yeah, sitting here, looking at my face, I'm aware that I'm the person that's in that lump of flesh right there, and I'm just not like off in fucking space somewhere, basically. You know, the tendency to drift off in space, to me, that's kind of what defines whether or not an animal, when it all comes down to it. You ever think about that? You ever think about a dog dreams, right? An elephant, if an elephant can paint, it daydreams, right? And I find that the key to, I don't know if you want to call it magic, or more appropriately, non-attachment from the physical, is understanding how that dream state connects everyone. And I don't mean just now, I mean throughout time. It connects you to yourself. It connects you to each other. Anyways, didn't realize I was going to go that deep with that one. Huh? There's an unknown hair-like anomaly somewhere on or near my face. What the fuck? Dingo. Did you have fun farting on the live stream? Did everybody get to hear Dingo's fart? Everybody give a round of applause. Yay, Dingo fart. Yay. Anyways. I don't understand. Now I just have like a tickle on my nose. Okay. Was that a piece of manna? Anyways. I think I might have an easier time talking to like a small crowd of people than sitting here, not just in the box looking at my own head, but also knowing that this isn't just live now. This is being recorded. This is going to stay up. Everything I do live, live, live every fucking day. Bearing my soul and more. Da-da-da-da-da. Petey fucking look pearl white over there. I don't know. Where is he at? So anyways, what y'all want to talk about? What the hell are you talking about? Wait, what? Ninja nose? I didn't think ninjas had noses. Wait, what? Oh, well, no, that doesn't make any sense. Oh, yeah, that makes perfect sense, actually. At first, that sentence by itself, out of context, is both hilarious and it's like, it invokes compassion almost. It's like you want to worry about someone who would say such a thing. I find that a little shout helps whilst locating ninja hair on nose. What? But yes. I remember what the fuck you were talking about, so it made sense. But just like I could imagine just Donald Trump tweeting that for some reason. And like, the only thing people would say would be like, oh, I didn't know he knew the word waltzed. No, out of context. Out of context. Just him just tweeting that at random. I find a tiny little shout helps whilst locating ninja hair on nose. Hashtag fake nose hairs. Am I wrong? Come on, am I wrong? Anyways. People will be like, Donald Trump must have a new White House staffer tweeting for him because he's used the word whilst. We've used a series of computer algorithms, which we're now going to have Wolf Blitzer display in 3D. Is any of this shit funny? I was going to explain further, but I already forgot what we were talking about. He figured out the voice to text. I found these mushrooms growing on the White House lawn, and I started reading Alice in Wonderland. And I think it turns out that Alex Jones is really the Cheshire Cat, and we need to stop the Queen. I don't understand why people see in Donald Trump, like, make America look more like Russian oligarchs, like, bring America tiny giraffes. Petey! Hey! There we go. Throwing a cigarette pack worked. Oh, did I catch that on camera? Landed down there on the spare Aquaclear shelf. Yeah, but you know, there's hope with, you know, this whole situation. I like to describe that hope as like in the long run, Donald Trump will be like America's surprisingly easy to wipe shit. You know, like it's just that's what he is. He is America's surprisingly easy to wipe shit waiting to happen. See, right now we're in that painful portion where it's just like, oh, this is going to be bad. Oh, there's going to be a clogger. And the disaster unfolds, and it's just chaos, okay? We're at that point right now. We're just sitting on there moaning. Oh, let it in, let it in. But then, as if some angel with an invisible wet dry vac somehow visited before you could unravel the first round, it's like you would have raised more children if they were all like that. Like, just what happened there? How did that not turn out to be? Is it over? It's like a feeling in like a horror movie. Kind of like, it's like everything's okay now. Wait a minute. But, you know, sometimes.
Were you telling a story with our wedding shoes?
Yes, I was
Should I go return them?
showing them off. Sure.
Because otherwise I will be tripping over them.
So Donald Trump will be like that surprisingly, I mean shockingly easy to wipe shit. You know? Just once it's gone, it's gone. Flush. Maybe two flushes. Maybe two flushes. I mean, let's just face it. Look at him. Donald Trump is definitely a two-flusher. Anyways. All that fried chicken. Keeping it classy all the way to Christmas. Trying to make my wife proud.
What?
She's boozy. I do my own thing. If you haven't experienced the Antwoord yet, spelled die-ant word, like wood, but with a two O's and an R. That's some special shit, just be warned. Been a while since I googled that. But I'm a particular fan of Ninja. Great fucking song right there. But anyway, what we got going here? Yeah, depending on the tacos, it can be a flush for each taco. But that might be spaced out over the course of an entire day. But, you know, Trump's racist, so we don't have to worry about that. I get the feeling the day he gets flushed down the Don, flushed down the John, The Don Juanold. Hey, can we call toilets Donalds after that instead of Johns? That'd be nice. Just saying. I think it's gonna be more like bratwurst, you know, just grandma put too many onions in, too much liver. The whole house is an atmosphere. It became toxic overnight. Everybody had to evacuate. But once the air is clear, flush, the house can reconvene. So, let's see if I have any bandwidth. Cool, I got a little bandwidth there. Apparently lots of people are still demanding apologies from John Kelly. Good luck with that. That's just like getting an apology from your grandpa. It doesn't matter how little sense what he says makes. It doesn't matter how much sense what you say makes. No matter what the subject is, if you back him into a corner, they will just say, I don't care. And you can get, you can say it if you want to. You can just go, really? But all you'll get is, man, I don't care. Don't go any further. You just don't. Cause they'll just care less and less, basically. And they'll do so louder and louder. And speaking of old men who don't care, Iowa Democrats apparently are polling high for Biden. I like Biden. He's cool. And at this point, it's like, we don't care either, you know? In fact, I think everybody will vote for Biden just to see him punch Trump, basically. Just to see if he does it, you know, just out of curiosity. Just like, does this mean, like, you know, because he's not going to want to leave, and then then Biden's going to go in there, and like Michelle and Barry are both going to be like holding Trump down, you know, because Michelle's got the arms, you know, and then Biden's just going to want to do just a little old man, sock him in the jaw. People are just going to be thinking that in their mind, and they're going to vote for Biden just to see if it happens. Probably won't happen, but just to see if it happens. What you got?
My friends, my girlfriends.
Oh, the little group message thing?
Yeah, my little group message with my girlfriends.
She's got a little group message thing. If you have a wife or girlfriend, they have a little group message thing too. And they talk about you all the time. Anyways. Politics has lost the plot. Oh, the plot's bigger than politics, actually. We tried to move from politics to progress. And now one little group has claimed that they alone represent it. But politics is just, what is it Latin for again? Poly meaning many, ticks meaning tiny blood-sucking insects. That is not my joke. I think that's Robin Williams right there. Anyways. So Australia has moved to recognize Jerusalem as Israel's capital, but they're not moving the embassy. So that's interesting. Yeah, West Jerusalem. Sorry. Apparently we have agreement at the Paris climate talks. Hopefully that's good. I mean, I suppose that's good. Better an agreement than no agreement, right? It was nice back when I could actually play the clips. But, you know, everything will freak out now if I try. I think there's definitely more to the story with this girl that died in U.S. custody. Have you done any digging on that? Do you know anything about it?
Have I done any digging on what? I'm sorry. I was going back in the conversation on
the 7-year-old girl who died in U.S. custody, immigration custody.
No, I don't, but I did hear about the woman who was in labor who literally crossed the border and had her baby before Border Patrol could get to her.
Huh.
Like, literally, like, the moment she stepped onto American soil, she had her baby. Like, she was forcing her way through.
Huh.
Anchor baby. I'm just saying, that's what I've heard about. I haven't heard any details about the 7-year-old. I can see if I can pull something up.
Well, here's my deal with the problem of focusing on the border for anchor babies. People from Saudi Arabia, Russia, Yemen, Oman, Qatar, Egypt, different countries in Africa. Come here all the time on vacation. Rich people. And they have their babies here. In Houston. In Florida.
Florida is a big one for the Russians.
And then guess what? They don't even fucking stay here. They still get to vote. They go back to whatever country with whatever media dominates there. Like Russia, for instance.
Washington Post or CNN?
I calculated up to 18,000 Russians voted in our last election. What?
Pick one, Washington Post or CNN?
What are we hunting again?
The 7-year-old girl.
Post. No idea what I was talking about now. You gotta just pick one on your own. um... So yeah, anchor babies. Russian anchor babies. There's, despite the healthcare system in Canada, there are Canadian anchor babies. There are second stage proxy Russian Canadian anchor babies. Because if you have any actual dirty work to do, it's always better to make it hard to trace back to Russia. Handy way to expedite what I call the third generation strategy. Anyways, so apparently the family and the lawyer of the family have been speaking out today regarding this young girl who of dehydration, was it?
Dehydration and liver failure.
Liver failure.
Wait, hold on. I just passed it. Dehydration, shock, and liver failure. And the family is saying that she was fine and perfectly healthy when they came across the border. Border Patrol agents have documentation that he signed saying that they weren't ill. Child's father said she drank water and ate the food that was offered while they were in custody and was not demonstrating any signs of distress. And then later the father notified agents that the kid was ill.
Probably had a kidney infection.
The two were picked up by a bus nearly 8 hours after they crossed the borders. It was here. DHS says that the girl's father complained that the 7-year-old was sick and vomiting. Her condition apparently worsened over the course of the 90-minute bus ride towards Lordsburg, New Mexico.
From urinary tract to kidney to septic.
When they got to the station, she wasn't breathing and her temperature had reached 105.9 degrees. She died 15 hours later at the hospital.
Anything about why it took so long for them to say anything about it?
It wasn't until the Washington Post started asking questions that it
Right.
even came out.
Right. makes you wonder who gave the order to keep something like that quiet, you know? Because otherwise people would have been talking about it.
Well, there's going to be an investigation into it.
So, because of that low quality bottled water, as opposed to, say, you know, some fucking Ocean Spray cran apple, you know, we can't actually be nice. God forbid we actually be nice to people in need. I mean, what the fuck are we doing? Trying to just, like, barely assuage guilt? That girl was probably some cranberry juice away from living. If she would have had it, you know, the day before. 12 hours before, maybe. Maybe some hygiene, maybe a proper nurse checkup. How do we not have, you know, freshly steamed fucking donated clothes sitting there in stockpiles at the border waiting for those people? You afraid a terrorist's gonna come with them? Love kills the demon. Okay? Let somebody come here wanting to hate us and then get treated with kindness. And then it leaves it up to foreign conspiracy to attack us. We won't be attacked from within. And man, I worked on the Mexican border. I lived 7 or 8 years in Texas and Houston and surrounding areas. Mexican of this country, you know. Mexican Americans, Hispanic Americans, Latin Americans. They're just as patriotic, if not, I would say more patriotic in some cases. But while Republican bigotards are, that's a nice one, bigotards.
Bigotard.
Yeah, that's a nice one. While Republican bigotards are focusing on everybody else's problems and feeling threatened by the strength of cultural richness, basically, white people are becoming nothing more than that. A color. Not a group of individual cultures who each have different reasons for being here. I mean, good job. Basically, what you've done is you've made it to where an Irish guy can get beat up by former slaves because he's not their same color. That's all that's been accomplished by all this racist bullshit, you know? Voter suppression, because you're not correct ideologically. You don't have faith. God is not with you, so you have to cheat in elections. If you had faith, then black people would be on your side, then Mexican people would be on your side. If you had faith, your truth would triumph. But in the meantime, they can kiss my Creole ass.
Hmm.
Anyways. Anything interesting? Huh.
Yeah.
Let's see here, what else is going on in the world? A utility company has falsified records, according to regulators. Non-specific, okay. And of course, if you haven't heard, a judge in Texas has ruled late on a Friday during open enrollment. Excuse me. Late on a Friday during open enrollment that Obamacare is unconstitutional. How you like them apples? Now, just because if you're as angry about that as I am, I'll show the fish tanks for a second. Let's all just take a breather and let that settle. Late on a Friday. What is it, a weekend open enrollment? After basically the first week where they're playing the commercials. You know that, I mean, because it doesn't really matter when it starts. It's when those commercials start. When the commercials start, that's when everybody says, okay, well, this weekend I'm going to sign up when I'm off of work. So they're targeting working people, saying, fuck you, you can't get insurance. Speak.
I don't want to speak. I'm not a dog.
Barf.
Meow.
Okay.
Cluck, cluck, I'm a duck.
All right. I said, cluck, cluck, I'm a duck. Cluck, cluck, I'm a duck. Meow, meow, I'm a cow. Meow, meow, I'm a cow. Beep, beep, I'm a sheep. Beep, beep, I'm a sheep.
Click, clock, clock.
Duck, duck, I'm a... Never mind.
Mm-hmm.
Rat, rat, I'm a bat. Rat, rat, I'm a bat. Splat, splat, I'm a cat. We shouldn't have gone into traffic. Sorry, I hit a little too close to home. Anybody have one? If you think of one, I'll say it. Poof, poof, I'm a doof. You want me to rhyme platypus?
Mm.
Rhyme it yourself. I said think of one, not like throw an animal out there. I could think of all kinds of animals. You know, you gotta play the game, man. Like Alex Trebek would be pissed. He's like, that's not even a sentence, let alone a damn question. Oh, I think I'll let that slide. No turning you into a goon. This time. Whilst. Excuse me. Meow, meow, chicka chow. Oh, that's good. I just wiped the wrong place. Which means that little piece of toilet paper died in vain. Random saliva. Where did you go upon my pants? Random saliva. Learning to French while not in France. What? Though I didn't get any yesterdays, I do have some regrets. 'Cause while I was busy making out, I could have fucked their tits. Random saliva.
I still love that we got our friend's mom cracking up in the car today about walking around in women's underwear.
I started the video with that.
Did you?
I think so.
We went to a party with neighbors, and her mom rode with us, and on the way back I was playing Christmas music because she really likes Christmas music, and Winter Wonderland came on, and all I could do was hear Sean in my ear talking about walking around in women's underwear.
Walking around in women's underwear.
So I had to share that with her, which sent her into a fit of giggles, which was great.
There's a ball at the gay bar. Gonna drive there in my granny's car.
I have no words for what just happened. That was special.
Uh, my stomach was giggling with me, like hunger gas was kind of. Sounded like some sort of, I don't know, duck-like Pikachu impersonating a Mogwai. I don't know. I don't know. Not that I've ever seen an actual duck-like Pikachu impersonate a Mogwai. Obviously, they usually impersonate Kramer,
Hmm.
who is also a duck-like Pikachu.
Hmm. My brain just exploded inside my head a little bit. Did you just call Pikachu a duck?
No, a duck-like Pikachu.
A duck-like Pikachu.
Pokemon. Oh, I refer to all. I'm racist, so I refer to all Pokemons as Pikachu's. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to generalize.
You Pokemon racist. Apparently, Sean Conway zoned out and just heard me bust out into laughter. It's good that you caught that. That didn't happen too often.
Well, I was just giggling a little bit at whatever stupid comment I had made, and then I started hearing that,
Your stomach growled in laughter and agreement.
and then I started making me giggle, and then you started to giggle, and then
We
I
all
all
started to giggle.
Okay.
Walking around in women's underwear.
While giggling. It's like a little sorority. Pillow fight, yeah. You know, speaking of sorority girls in a pillow fight.
What?
I got my wife's attention.
You could have woken me up out of dead sleep with that statement.
We try to sound professional. Make sure everybody hears it, you know? You know how they have those like big fat man outfits? Why don't they have like big Dolly Parton outfits?
Oh, Lord.
I think the angle would be just right, such that the inertia applied would cause, let's just say, additional backwards flipping. Or you could make them big Stormy Daniels things, and if you hit the faces too hard together, they just get stuck, like suction cups.
Hmm.
Both contestants immediately get advanced to the next round if that happens. But then again, I don't even know if Stormy Daniels' tits are big enough for that. Like all I could see was the drooping, and I just, buffering every day. I'm buffering. We are no longer buffering. Apparently, I sang it to sleep. Just pass. Wonder if I can update my scroll without it freaking out. Ruth Bader Gibbs, speaking of bubble outfits, I agree with whatever some late night shows. I think it was Seth Meyers, maybe.
Bubble wrap.
We need to put Ruth Bader Ginsburg in bubble wrap, or I think one of those sumo outfits. If we could get her to wear one of those sumo outfits,
That'd be hilarious.
you know, under the robe, that'd be fine. Yeah. And the new guy, you know, he won't suspect him. He's like, oh, must have been some good soup. You know.
I have a random question, but I don't know that it's very relevant because I know that my eyes have gone, you know, to crap this last year. You know, it's been a bad year for my eyes. But is that not a green vest? And not a yellow vest?
It's greenish yellow.
It's green.
It's safety yellow. But
He's not
yes,
doing
some
the
of them
safety
do. Some
dance.
of them do have kind of greenish vests.
He is not doing the safety
I
dance.
think those are the special boys. Yeah, like what the fuck are colorblind guys supposed to do at the yellow vest protest? You know, they're gonna show up in the wrong shit. No, I'm with you. And they start beating the crap out of them. Guys. We demand better economic status without any taking in what's it called? What's that word called that improves your economic status? Initiative. Yeah, initiative. I'm sorry, it's like, fuck are you doing moving to a country and sorry, a lot of these people are immigrants in France that are at these protests. And a lot of these people are the ones who show up for the immigrants. And then the rest of them are basically communists, okay? That's what's going on there with these yellow vest protests. Alright? And in America, like I said, I have no problem with immigrants. Because I'm not racist. And America is fucking nobody's land. It's God's land. It's everybody's land. But last I checked, France belonged to fucking French people. You know? Just saying. Now, if France was prosperous, say like Germany, I could at least see it moderately excusable. I don't agree with the manner in which Angela Merkel did her little thing, okay? But you see, in France, what do they have, a 25-hour, fucking 30-hour work week? You don't migrate to a company that's got a 30-hour work week. That means they have a labor surplus. You don't migrate to a country that has a labor surplus unless you have a fucking business you're trying to open up. Am I right? Just doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yep.
Back? Was I gone? Oh, you're back. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Alright. The hell is that supposed to be pointed at? Mm-hmm. Right, seriously. I'm Acadian and I know better. You know what I'm saying? And if y'all don't know, my people got kicked out of France a long fucking time ago because we weren't French enough.
Yeah, poo, do not
Because
take this yet.
we were basically Gaelic Persians.
Oui.
We. Ha ha ha. I wish I could map out a nice poster of just how connected, like, my life has been to all of this. My family. You know, on the one side, Cajun, on the other side, Morris. As in Dr. fucking Henry Morris. And this other interesting line that traces back to the House of Sinclair and the House of Stuart. That came to Texas with Russian refugees in what was called the Sam Houston migration. Before that, it was mostly Dutch in that area. Now, when you say things like Mexico used to own Texas and used to own California and stuff like that, understand what you're saying. They had deeds on a piece of paper and nothing more. Russians and Chinese were more prolific in California. than mixed Latin people. Um, Mexico was a very diverse country itself. I mean, because you're talking about before Pancho Villa, for fuck's sake. So, what Mexico are you talking about? If you're talking about Mexico before Pancho Villa, you're not really even talking about Mexico.
What is Mexico? Is Mexico Mexico?
Mm.
Me too. Hashtag me too. Sorry, didn't mean to make you almost spit your coffee out.
But yeah, it's like these days in France, Cajun people are at least found interesting by people in France. People from New Orleans are somewhat welcomed in France. People from France are certainly welcome in New Orleans. And there's still to this day a lot of families that have real estate in, you know, uh, France and in New Orleans, and they'll come and stay down here for years at a time. And there's the French speaking people that aren't Cajun French in New Orleans, and then there's just basically the further out you go, the more Cajun French it gets. It's kind of like, London English versus Pikey English. Oh, of course. Uh, Mr. Conway, do you have a story about the Sons of Brighton? It's in its current state would likely just have references to some of the same objects in the story of Buddha, but it would be the way they do things in royal lineages to reformat the actual history of things. It would be a simple story that wouldn't seem anything related to a Buddha type story. But it would be a and it's actually the pronunciation wouldn't be Brighton, it'd be spelled like that, but it'd be that roll G. Who was their first king, I wonder? The one on record, anyway. Can you get your door closed? Yeah, well, that's where you go from illumination as the root word for describing that, for brightness. You should have a linguistic change about the time of that first king there. And I'm trying to remember a story without connecting myself to it. Because it seems like I can see this person, and I only advise him. Is that door closed? But he had led a group of people out of slavery, I think in the Far East. And that name was that name was more of a title. Like it was like Chief Hebrew, basically, like spiritual leader. Hmm. Oh, your family were O'Brien. Well, that means you're Hebrew. The same bloodline of Jesus. O'Brien, the last High King of Ireland. Were they taken into captivity and returned to Saxony, I wonder? Or Brittany? Certainly wasn't called Brittany back then. Sorry, I was looking at the... I was trying to scroll up on the text, and that's why I was... Hmm. And now we're back to talking about the bloodline of Christ again. Because that's what it all boils down to. Hmm. Interesting. Almost sounds like something from New Zealand or the Pacific Isles. But you know, we're supposed to think all the Irish people everywhere were drunk potato farmers. Alright, anyways. Huh. So that's probably where the gap is. Know what I mean? Oh, I mean, closer than most humans. But we're all related. Miss Q, I don't know if you've gone back and seen, but I've pretty much mapped out the entire post-flood dispersion. We refine it here and there through these discussions, but I think you'd probably enjoy some of the more foundational knowledge if you can just scroll through and find the presentations with the graphics and the maps and the pudding pops.
The pudding pops.
And you can rise and metasm with the muscle spasms. And yeah. But anyways, for now, we're gonna go ahead and go. I need food and whatnot, and how long we've been going, 3 fucking hours or something. But it's been cool, y'all, and I'll probably be on sometime in the middle wee hours of the morning, and I'll see y'all some more. But thanks for watching. Y'all take it easy, don't take it all. And did my phone just freeze? What the hell?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm on one side, I'm on the other side.